Hey guys, today I wanted to talk about Dragonball Xenoverse. I've made a video about it because I haven't really had an interest in it ever since I've heard about it last year. I mean, honestly, what do you expect from me when for almost, the last decade, like, there have been no truly great Dragon Ball Z games, in my opinion. There haven't been any games that have really just hit me as being really good. I feel that ever since the Budokai Tenkaichi series ended, that's when the game started to go downhill, and a lot of the games had different fighting mechanics, different fighting styles. They added a lot of different stuff in there that was cool in theory, but me personally playing the game, I didn't really feel it. I got so used to playing the games like Budokai and Budokai Tenkaichi that, well, I was just more accustomed to playing the game like that. Not only that, but the games worked so well. I mean, just the way that they played out, They are legitimately classics in my opinion, and none of the other games like Raging Blast, Burst Limits, or Ultimate Tenkaichi could ever take their place. And I've even heard reports saying that some of the later games that have come out really recently, like Battle of Z, which I personally never owned myself, didn't really look up much about it because I had really given up a lot of hope on Dragon Ball Z games at that point. I heard it was bad. I heard there was a lot of hype for it, and it was a good concept. I played the demo for it, couldn't get into it, and I heard that people didn't like it as soon as it came out. With that being said, my entire hope for a good Dragon Ball Z game for the past few years has just gone down the drain. I really just have lost my enthusiasm for a good Dragon Ball Z game to come out. But this time, things seem to be a little bit different. Just like I said before, I wasn't really paying attention to Battle of Z in any way when that was coming out. It came out, didn't really care about it whatsoever, didn't look up anything whatsoever regarding it. So ever since then, I haven't even looked up anything about this new game, Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Mind you, this game comes out this month, and I have not looked up anything about it until maybe a few days ago. And the reason I looked up something about it was because I heard that there are going to be some new characters in it, and there are going to also be a few exclusive items for pre-ordering it. I heard that you're going to get Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta if you pre-order it at GameStop. I heard that there's going to be a lot more GT characters added into the mix, which is cool to me. I mean, personally, I like GT. That's for another video. You can put hate comments all you want about that. That's for another video. But that really got my interest, and it sparked my interest in, well, is this game good or not? Because, I mean, if you're going to add GT characters in it, will that really make the game worth a buy for me? So I looked online, and I checked out all of the trailers, the videos, screenshots, and honestly, all the information I got about this game so far is really good. I'm not sure if you guys have seen the most recent trailer. I'm not even sure if that trailer is recent, but the latest trailer that came out really got my interest because it showed off an original storyline for the game. It showed off the entire customization of your character. You can make your own character. I think that was in Battle of Z as well. Shrug, I'm not really sure about that entirely. And your custom character is going to fight along the storyline. So instead of playing in a regular Dragon Ball Z game where it's just going from Frieza Saga to is it Saiyan Saga to Frieza Saga, then the Cell Saga, no, Android Saga, Cell Saga, I'm getting this messed up, but you get the point. Instead of going in that exact order and playing like the same game 5 times, because let's be honest guys, most games that are Dragon Ball Z do that same shit, and they just go from one saga to the next, and we've done this multiple times. I get bored with that. It's really repetitive. Even the games I'm talking about me liking, like Budokai and Tenkaichi, that got boring because it was just the same thing over and over again. It was interesting when it got to like the What If Saga, but outside of that, like, it was just the same boring, repetitive thing over and over again. We keep seeing it in multiple games. Now it seems like that cycle is a little bit broken. Custom character is added into the storyline, and it does go along the same path as the original storyline does, going from the Saiyan Saga, the Frieza Saga, etc., etc. But your own original character that you make and put into the game sort of interrupts that entire cycle. So instead of just having the same shit, you're in there now. you're mixing shit up, and the storyline is based around time travel, going back to these recent, or the past dates and the past sagas within the Dragon Ball series. That right there is one of the reasons why I think that this game is going to be interesting. It's something that is a fresh spin on the Dragon Ball series. It's not just some very simple Dragon Ball Z game. It's going to be something more standalone, something more free, something I can enjoy without having to go through the same tedious shit over and over and over again. And also outside of that, there's animation in it, so you're going to get a little bit of a hint of cutscenes that look like anime, which is also pretty cool. I like that integration within video games when they put in anime cutscenes to make it seem like it's sort of like the anime, but it's also a video game. But, you know, I like it. It's cool. But besides that, we also have something else that is really interesting and really caught my eye and also made me a little bit skeptical, because there's going to be an online mode that is, I've heard from some people. I personally haven't played the beta. Again, wasn't really interested in this game. Didn't really know what it was about until just recently. The beta came out apparently last year around October or November, and people played it. I've seen what people had to say about the beta. Some people said it was like GTA because it was like a free roam type of open world city environment where you could go around. I've read articles that have said that the whole online city is supposed to house like 200 plus players, which actually doesn't make much sense, but I don't know. And the reason I say it doesn't make much sense is because a lot of games out here like GTA 5 or like Destiny, which are really big budget games, I don't even think they can handle up to 200 people in one city at one time on one server. That seems like it's really excessive, and I'm a little bit skeptical about that, but everything else sounds really cool. You can do different quests within the city, and it's supposed to be a lot that you are able to do within the city online, so it sounds really interesting. I'm not really sure how it's going to work out. It might just be really nice on paper, and then like in the actual game, it's not gonna work out too well. I don't know just yet. But aside from all that, aside from all the story mode, and aside from all the online features, there's also one thing that I thought was really important about the game to really say why I think this game has a chance of being good and bringing back Dragon Ball Z games. It's kind of the fact that looking at the gameplay and the way the game is actually set up, the gameplay is really similar to Tenkaichi in a way. It doesn't add anything too flashy, anything too special, like having cutscenes in the middle of a battle so you get to like have quick time events where you push A and then you do an attack or some old bullshit like that. You actually are fighting kind of like you do in Tenkaichi, not Ultimate Tenkaichi, but in the other Tenkaichi games. And also, outside of that, they've also seemed to add in some more features that have been added in more recent games, such as the part where I believe you're able to play with more than 2 people at one time in one match, so you might be able to add in more friends to fight alongside you or fight against you. That's something that I believe that Battle of Z brought in, I believe. Again, I'm telling you, I don't know much about Battle of Z. I don't know much about Ultimate Tenkaichi. It's either one of them, and I'm sorry, I just have no clue. But it's this type of thing that really makes me excited, because it seems like they took a good formula of fighting that a lot of people were really interested in, and it doesn't matter to me if that was Tenkaichi or Budokai, even though, I don't know, some people say that Tenkaichi was a lot more expansive, it looked a lot better, and made a lot more sense in terms of maneuvering around your opponent and doing certain moves, more than Budokai. Budokai was more like a Tekken-esque type of fighting game. I don't know. People have different opinions on that. But they put together a lot of different things that different fans were interested in these video games. Now, I might say that I don't like Raging Blast, I don't like Ultimate Tenkaichi, that I don't like Burst Limit, that I don't like Battle of Z. But there are people out there who do like those games. And even though they're not perfect exactly, they do have their own good points as well as their flaws. What I'd rather like to see is the fighting style from Tenkaichi. That's basically the main part that's been pushing me away, was the fact that the games were moving further and further away from that battle style. And now it seems to be getting a little bit closer. adding all the extra stuff, the character customization, and all the online features, it just seems so good in comparison. Like, adding both of those together, all the different features that they've added, it just seems like it's such a better experience for a Dragon Ball Z game. Now, can I say whether this Dragon Ball Z game is going to be good or not? Absolutely not. I can't say whether it's going to be good or bad. I don't have the game right now. Some of the people on YouTube do have the game. I haven't played it. I haven't even played the beta, so I have no clue what to say about it. Based off of what I've seen in the trailers and the actual gameplay of people literally playing the game themselves, and all the articles I've read and all the features that I've read are in the game, it sounds really, really good. Now, that's just how it sounds, but still, based off of what it sounds like it's going to be a very, very comprehensive Dragon Ball Z game. So now it's time for the question. Are you guys interested in buying Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse? I don't even think there's a Z in there. I think it's just Dragon Ball Xenoverse. I guess there is a Z, because it's Dragon Ball Xenoverse. I'm stupid. Tell me if you are interested in getting it, or if it's piqued your interest in some sort of way. If you're not gonna get it, tell me everything in the comment section down below. Also, don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe. And for now, this is me, NextLevelOtaku, saying stay cool, and I will see you guys later.